Greatly appreciate it.
There you go. Now it's recorded. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So again, thank you, Tatiana, for inviting me. Thank you guys for having me. A great pleasure to meet you all and share what we're working on and how we see that our industry is shaping up with all the AI initiative that's going on. So my presentation gonna include slides and some video materials. I'm gonna talk briefly about the past, present, and the future. And I want to ask you to save question for Q&A, and I want you to bombard me with all the questions that you will have. I like to have curveballs flying around today, right? So let's discuss it all. So a few facts about who I am, so we'll understand. I will introduce myself better. As Tatiana said, I'm a founder and CEO of ZapTest. I'm one of the AI evangelists in the industry. I'm an AI first guy. Today, what you're gonna see, all the artifacts being created with AI, with my AI digital avatar. So we've been in the business over 20 years, and the way we are, our mentality is a SWAT team of software automation. We were first, I actually formed the SWAT team of Mercury Interactive in the past, and I'll tell you about it more. I have a talk show that Tatiana was a guest one of the episodes, and it was a great pleasure to have you. So it's Joe Calantoni and I, we co-host in this podcast. We talk about the reality in the testing industry and all the changes that's happening and the life, of course. We had a great episode we recorded early today with Anna Ash. Anna is a legend of the corporate world, so I want to invite you to take a listen to that when it's ready. I'm a creator of the new model of the 6 months live proof of concept. So we're offering everyone today opportunity for 6 months to test drive the Zap test to understand if it works for you or not. No obligation. As I mentioned, I'm a big visionary for AI human hybrid collaboration, and this is the technology that I'm gonna show you today. And they call me American Siberian Tiger with a global minded. I grew up in Siberia and went through the IDF, and I run Engineers Without Border Association of Engineers all over the world. So we have engineers in Americas, in Asia, in Europe, in Africa, and we all work as a one band of brothers, basically, to create and Zap test AI. So before we continue, I want to ask you to spend a few minutes, have a video to show you about the altogether technology that will help you to set the stage, to understand our experience and the all technology that we built in that's gonna preset kind of prelude of what I'm gonna talk about today. So let me just navigate through the browser here. I'm trying to, my bad, sorry. Here we go. And
for automation.
All right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Zapp, founder and CEO of
You can hear, right?
Today, I'm excited to introduce you to our artificial intelligence-powered enterprise automation solution. For over 20 years, ZapTest has been at the forefront of software automation. We began with software testing, but have evolved into a full-stack cross-platform automation solution, unifying DevOps and BizOps processes for enterprises worldwide, and merging test automation and RPA into one integrated automation process. Today, I'll show you how our ZapTest AI capabilities are transforming automation to a whole new level. Let's start with Plan Studio, our flagship AI-driven technology. Plan Studio leverages advanced AI models to evaluate, optimize, and automate test cases and use cases with unparalleled efficiency as seamless automation scenario modules. The process begins by analyzing your existing test cases. AI evaluates each case for automation worthiness, compliance with supported technologies, and reusability of steps. It identifies functional areas, test parameters, and reusable modules, giving you a clear roadmap for automation. Users can generate detailed Excel reports with automation insights, reusable modules, and proposed parameters, making it easy to align with project goals. One of the most powerful features of Plan Studio is its ability to automatically transform test cases into ready-to-execute scripts. With a single click, ZapTest compiles steps, UI scans, and reusable parameters into scripts that adhere to best practices like modular design, parameterization, and event-driven validation. These ZapTest scripts are ready for further enhancements in our One Script Studio, where users can easily add UI objects and parameterize data to make them execution ready. Our AI Copilot is a game changer. Powered by generative AI, it helps users develop scripts and resolve automation challenges using simple natural language prompts. Whether you're a seasoned developer or new to automation, Copilot makes the process effortless. ZapTest is built for versatility. Using advanced visual object recognition, our platform supports cross-platform automation across operating systems, devices, and browsers. Automate once and execute anywhere with minimal maintenance. This means faster deployment, reduced maintenance, and unmatched efficiency, key factors for enterprise automation success. One of our unique advantages is shift-left automation. ZapTest allows you to start automating from mock-ups or even hand-drawn designs, long before the application is live. This accelerates your development process, ensuring 100% automation readiness throughout the software development lifecycle. ZapTest doesn't just stop at testing. Our enterprise-grade robotic process automation repurposes testing scripts for business operations. From login workflows to back-office tasks, ZapTest automation works seamlessly across departments. ZapTest is more than just a tool. It's a complete ecosystem. One of the standout technologies in the ZapTest ecosystem is Rec Studio. This feature bridges the gap between manual testers and automation engineers by allowing users to record application interactions complete with audio narration. This creates a video scenario that not only documents the workflow, but also generates automation objects for scripting, eliminating the need for a live application during initial automation phases. With Rec Studio, knowledge transfer becomes seamless, and teams can collaborate more effectively, even across geographies. MRun Studio is all about speed and efficiency. With MRun, a single script can be executed across all test environments simultaneously. Whether you're testing on web, mobile, or desktop platforms, MRun ensures fast parallel execution. This feature drastically reduces execution time, enabling teams to meet even the tightest deadlines with confidence. Load Studio adds performance testing capabilities to ZapTest using standard API scripts. Load Studio enables you to simulate real-world user activity on your application under test, generating load across multiple environments using remote generators. Once the load test is complete, Load Studio provides comprehensive root cause analysis to pinpoint bottlenecks and ensure optimal application performance under stress. Farm is ZapTest's private cloud technology designed for enterprise-grade scalability and security. With Farm, you can create a remote control test environment using your organization's hardware, supporting both mobile and conventional workstations. Farm empowers enterprises to centralize their automation infrastructure, ensuring secure, high-performance automation across teams and locations. ZapTest support for modularity lets you include calls to existing scripts as reusable modules, share object repositories between scripts, and combine UI, WebDriver, and API steps into a single script. This flexibility means you can automate any task, regardless of complexity or environment, desktop, web, or mobile. ZapTest isn't just a testing solution, it's an enterprise automation solution. From DevOps to BizOps, our automation capabilities streamline operations, save time, and reduce costs. And with our unlimited license model, you gain unlimited access to our tools across your entire organization. Our complimentary Zap experts work alongside your team, ensuring smooth implementation and maximum value from day one. These benefits, plus 6 months of proof of concept, make automation fast, scalable, and risk-free for enterprises. As enterprise teams evolve, so must their automation strategy. That's where the Software Automation Hub comes in. At Zaptest AI, an automation hub isn't just a team. It's a smart center of excellence where experts gather insights, build reusable scripts, and connect teams that once worked in silos. As teams perform tasks like QA, they develop reusable scripts, libraries, AI agents, and best practices, assets that can be shared across departments to boost efficiency. This is where most ROI is realized, through reusability and cross-functional knowledge sharing. The Automation Hub becomes a collaborative platform where experts share insights, build reusable assets, and bridge the gap between DevOps and BizOps. Through coordinated efforts and ongoing knowledge exchange, teams align under a unified automation strategy, driving faster innovation, better communication, and stronger outcomes. With Zaptest AI, your team saves time, becomes solution architects, and turns automation into a business accelerator, building a smart, future-ready enterprise. Visit Zaptest AI to start your automation journey today. Be happy, and let's zap.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Going back to the presentation. 1 second. Let me navigate. I'm trying to find this Zoom toolbar. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So let's talk about history of automation, right? And some of the things that you already know. Some of us, depends on our experience, maybe something new for us, right? But where it's all started. It's all started in manual testing, right? About 30 years ago, as a software development, as an industry started to evolve, I mean, the industry, of course, realized this needs to be tested. And back then, the requirements were fairly moderate, and the manual testing was doing. But one of the threatening points was around year 2000. Everybody were afraid of the 2000 bug. And that also boosted early days need for automating and moving faster with testing, because a lot of things has to be tested, and the manual testing was slow, right? So with the rise of the automation basically started to impose that the testers have to be coders. So I started my career in mid-90s as a young professional, being advised by one of my American mentors to look into the computer science and to look into the testing field. And luckily for me, with my IDF experience, I came across Mercury, and some people that served in Army with an IDF gave me an opportunity to learn the technology, and gave me an opportunity to form my team around myself. And but with that said, the expectation on the market for QA engineers was the fact that the tester has to be a coder. We used to have XRunner as a product. We used to have a WinRunner. You probably remember, older day professionals remember WinRunner. It was a low scripting technology that was using the TSL, test and scripting language. It was a C-like coding, right? So that was troublesome, because in the reality, testers weren't the coders, right? So in reality, testers, as a subject matter expert role, was possessing knowledge of the application logic, what needs to be tested. And that's very valuable skills, but they had to be augmented with the coding, which they were lagging behind. So the whole industry of the coders, of the automators, started to rise. So today, of course, we understand that the whole industry, many of us automators, many of us mastering skills and becoming more professional in the building and the maintaining architecture and different technologies. But around 2005, in American Interactive, we came up with the idea of bringing a new concept to the industry, starting to differentiate roles between the subject matter expert and the automators. In 2005, right before the exit to HP in 2006, I've been invited as a field advisor because I was leading the delivery team. And we've been involved in the process design. My specialty, I was a process architect. I was flying to the Fortune 500 companies and building an automation factory with the Mercury tools and working with R&D, advising what technology we need in a new version to complement the process for the market. So we started working on the product called Business Process Testing Tool. I don't know if you remember that product. That was the first idea of differentiating role in the process, and on the base of the quality center, test director to become quality center, we started to allow subject matter expert to drive automation framework with the lesser automation underneath. Unfortunately, it was a new concept and it hadn't been taken by the market in the favor. And this product didn't have a life as it was meant to be. But with all this commotion of kind of pushing the testers into the automators, it's raised the bar, right? So, and that's left the subject matter expert for a long period of time, left beyond and less focused on what comes to the testing industry in general. So all focus yesterday and still today lays on the automators, right? So when we think testing, we think, of course, automation first. We think the coders, automators, skill set that take into place. So the reality, AI is already here for a number of years, right? Artificial intelligence 3-4 years ago just burst into our lives, and it became a new normal when we less expected. So different professions looking at that differently today because there's a lot of chaos, a lot of uncertainty, and we simply now have been, excuse me, we now have been facing such a technological shift in such a short period of time. So today, test automation is now driven by natural language, right? The way we drive our chat GPTs and the generative AI for our personal life, the same thing today possible to do for testers. At ZEP, we offer copilots that allows non-technical personnel, non-coders to drive through plain English the whole automation. Subject matter expert can automate without technical skills, and AI is replacing traditional coding testers. Now, unfortunately, we see all the skill set shift on the market. A lot of developers and coders being let go due to the optimization of the company's budget reallocation and push for productivity. Boards of directors pressuring the executives to maximize the productivity with allocation to AI, and the executives, of course, cutting the budgets and pushing the further management and engineers to do more. So the challenge that comes with that is the fact that testers must deliver more with what they have, right? With fewer engineers. If you don't have a coders on staff, you have to deliver same, even more with the team that you have. So tools that the QA teams have on staff, and we'll know that web drivers and the web driver-based technology taken a lot of use in the industry. Old school DOM-based object recognition and other older technology not scalable. They definitely cannot come up and compete with the AI-infused technologies, and most importantly, they're slow on the delivery. And the productivity challenge with all this pressure and the stress, teams become very stressful, pretty much, right? They've been burned out. So as a solution, with ZEP, we're offering one-click process. So historically, just to give you my background, as leader of the SWAT team that was doing post-sales delivery for Mercury and HP, I was always most of the time, I should say, facing need to re-deliver message of automation. I'm trying to be politically correct here. From the promise that the sales set expectation with the customers. Earlier, record and playback, it was a myth, it was a fairy tale that the corporate world and the sales teams used to tell about automation. Because it was a new in the industry, it was a panacea that was supposed to save the life, right, for testers in general. So all the tools, majority of tools in the past were sold on the commotion of record and playback. As a professionals, we understand that it's not true. Record and playback the way it used to be, it wasn't efficient, it was causing more slowage and the productivity than good. And as a post-sale implementers, we had to make it work. So the way we were making it work, we were taking this initiative in our hands and building the low coding processes with the tools that been offered to the customer, right? So we've been driving all the low-level coding, bypassing object repositories and many times, and doing all the custom harnesses for automation. So with one-click process at Zaptest AI, with the help of AI, we streamlining the process pretty much, right? So what it does in a nutshell, I'm going to show you the demo right now and explain in the greater details how it's going to help you on a daily basis. But on the larger scope, what one-click process does, it collects all the information about application under test. And it's collected in two main ways. It can be synchronized with the ALM that you use, application lifecycle management tool. It's maybe Jira, Azure, anything else. Anything that you use, we support majority of that. So basically, it's collects information stored in ALM. As a test professionals, we know that there's never perfect cases for documentation, right? So majority and big portion of the knowledge resides in the SME minds, right? So manual tester, subject matter expert, business analyst, they know what needs to be tested, what needs to be automated, and all the nuances and details of the particular processes. And for that, we're offering subject matter expert recorder. But the recorder, it's an AI-infused recorder that allows you to record all the gestures of the screen, despite of what you're recording. It's maybe a desktop application, web application, mobile application. It all can be done through synchronization with your screen and your keyboard, very ergonomically friendly, which also allows you to leave narration, just to help AI to analyze it better. So what it does, it outlines all the documentation in the Plan Studio. And then with the single click, we call it one click for a reason. It only requires clicking, right? So you click to start recorder, you click to synchronize with ALM, you click to analyze everything and let AI present to you fully crafted in natural language, in English language, outline of the architectural module, right? So automation to be. So here you got a collection of the procedural modules, reusable module, test data, input, output, parameter, everything outlined, ready to script. So then you have another click. You click on the button and the Zaptest converts all the textual artifacts into executable scripts in one script studio. So once that's been reviewed and approved, then you move it to the MRun. It's a multi-run studio where you can run singular execution across multiple devices and mobile and the virtual devices and the emulators, anything that you need to test against, right? So that's pretty much how the one-click process look in a nutshell. Just to illustrate everything I said, I'm going to play for a very short demo of the one-click process. And here we go.
Shrinking budgets and leaner teams. In the age of shrinking budgets and leaner teams, efficiency matters more than ever. That's why Zaptest AI continues to evolve, putting powerful, intelligent automation in the hands of every team. Introducing the latest enhancement to Zaptest, the AI-infused recorder. This smart feature captures user interactions with any application and instantly converts them into structured test documentation within Plan Studio, followed by ready-to-execute automated scripts. Creating or updating test cases has never been faster. There's no need for technical skills or programming. Anyone familiar with the business process can now contribute. Manual testers, SMEs, and business analysts can simply show the tool what needs to be automated. In Plan Studio, test data can be collected in two ways, either by syncing with an existing ALM or test management platform, or by using the enhanced recorder to capture live user interactions. Plan Studio takes it from there with AI-powered analysis. It reviews all test cases using multiple criteria and identifies those best suited for automation, recognizes common steps to build reusable modules, defines inputs and outputs to create data-driven automation. Once analyzed, Plan Studio launches the final phase, AI-assisted script generation. In one step, your test cases or reusable modules are converted into full automation scripts. Next, automation specialists, assisted by Zaptest experts, review and organize the scripts into robust testing frameworks ready for execution. This ensures quality, consistency, and enterprise-grade readiness. Need instant help? Zaptest AI Copilot is always there, ready to generate scripts on demand, debug code, or answer questions in real time. Zaptest AI empowers teams to automate faster, smarter, and without barriers, turning knowledge into power every minute, every hour. In a high-pressure world, this is your superpower. Let's zap.
All right. Back to the presentation. All right. They click right? Correct. All right. Next. One-click process. So, as I mentioned, it's comes with the different phases. So we need to document, record as needed, analyze, approve by the senior for analysis, generate script. It's all done click by click. As crazy as may sound, this is the truth. And once it's analyzed and generated, it has to be reviewed by the automation specialist. You do need to have automation specialist involved, but only for review process and for maybe minor adjustments, because it never goes perfectly, right? But it does not require lengthy coding and debugging and all the yada yada what we're dealing with in the traditional automation world, right? And once it's done, it's executed with MRun through multiple environment at once, as you've seen it in the very first video. So core capabilities, no coding automation. Literally, you don't need to code anything. You can load Zaptest AI to all your manual testers, business analysts, and they become a new automation force. Make sense? We offer an AI-powered screen recording, very powerful. So anything that's missed in the documentation, you can fulfill with the recording process as needed. So this is the basically illustration of all the phases. There's a three-color legend. You have subject matter expert, those in green. As you can see, all the phases owned by subject matter expert predominantly. You have just one phase with the team lead or some senior specialist that understand the entire picture. And you have involvement of the automation specialist that understand the code and can go over the AI-generated code to assure that code is kosher to execute, right? That it's ready. So that's all. So in the world where you have to empower you, subject matter expert. We believe, and what we see, it's a perfect solution for the modern market. Now, I want to also tell you another thing. I'm a big advocate of beyond testing concepts. And Tatiana and I, we had this conversation in one of my talk shows, and Tatiana said a great thing. She said, you always have to prove your worth. In the world, and again, I have privilege to be honest with you guys. I have a moderate board of directors that forgive me for a lot of stuff. And my motto to be bold and to tell you honestly what we see. I'm a member of Forbes Technology Council. I contribute to the Forbes for 10 years with the articles, with the knowledge, with the best practices. I used to be a member of the Gartner Cool Technology Board for many years, and I work with Gartner and with the Gartner analysts discussing, debating, advocating particular concepts in the industry. Window of opportunity is shrinking. People get laid off. Budgets are shrinking. The only way for teams to continue delivering, to be in the game, is to be unorthodox and beyond what was expected yesterday. Today, I'm showing you technology that will help you to save the year. But to save you many years in advance, I empower you with this technology to be more than just a testers. You become automation evangelists in your corporations. Because with this framework, you can easily repurpose it to the business operation, something that haven't done yet in the industry. Automators haven't been introduced to the business folks, to the business operation and the full power and capacity as it is present in the DevOps world. Make sense? But the business operation need your help big time, because there's a lot of processes that still done manually and can be automated. Usually, historically, corporations don't have knowledge of automation in these groups, in these silos. And you being able to drive productivity of automation greater for one department, you'll be able to repurpose it to all other departments in your company, and you're gonna reset and set up the automation hub in your company, in your corporation, right? So that's gonna keep your teams going farther, keeping in the game, and delivering for your corporation more than you're doing today or used to do yesterday. So that's pretty much it. My spiel. This is my information, guys. Feel free to scan it, book a meeting. We'll show you more if you're interested. But I really want to answer all your questions that you have. Let's hit it up.
Thank you, Alex. That was great. It's amazing to see how far the AI took us so far in test automation. Folks, who has questions online? Raise your hand or put them in chat. Okay, we have a question. What language does it use for developing test scripts?
Well, we keep the JavaScript underneath, and you can use the VB script, but it's very old. If you'd like to, you can switch between. Again, the scripting in our realm of technology is not the main driver. It's been handled by AI, by AI agent. You can do it either auto-generating script, or you can still construct it with copilots. So there's a different ways of doing this. Knowledge of the scripting, of course, required to, if you play in the role of automation specialist, automator, supporting SMEs. But it's not a main role in the process. The main role is a subject matter expert that knows what needs to be automated. Majority of the scripting done by AI, 80% of it, if not more.
Yeah, I found it interesting, Alex, that you basically don't generate like the test automation code that need to be maintained. Like that's the optimization part, right? Is that you write it in a common language, and JavaScript is just underneath that it's doing the work. But you don't expect the person who's using this tool to actually maintain the JavaScript.
Absolutely. So JavaScript, it's auto-generated by the AI agent. Maintenance definitely might take place because the requirements updates, right? So you need to update the automation procedure. I mean, the test procedure, I should say, that being converted to automation. But it's all done the same way as you do initial development. So say if your requirements updated, you updated an ALM, you resynchronize it with Plant Studio, and you regenerate analysis. So it regenerates for your automation-friendly module that can be reviewed by the human specialist, subject matter expert, approved, and with one click, it generates the automation code underneath. So that automation code may be also reviewed by the automation specialist and approved for execution. The maintenance is very minimalistic, and the reason for that, because our object recognition engine, it's computer vision based. From the day one, we were one of the few, maybe if not the only one, that came up with this concept. And so far, it proves itself even more than ever because it saves tons of man hours for maintenance of automation. We all know as automation professionals that the big burden of automation it's in the maintenance. We used to we had a joke in the Mercury days that's first line of automation is just a dating. Marriage starts when you have to continue automating and maintain what you have. Makes sense?
So true. So true.
Right. So in our case, we always in the dating mode. So you don't have to live hard automating. I mean, the maintaining them, right? Yep.
All right, we have a few more questions. So one is it's a long one, but I'll read it. How much do you really see non-technical roles engaging with the automation world long term? It's still a different type of process than they are trained with. And there is still a technical knowledge that will be involved in giving the AI good data to build tests from.
It's a great question. I see it's diminishing more and more. But as long as the software will be developed for human approval, put it this way or another, right? More or less. We will need the humans to be involved in the testing, and we need to have humans basically approving and driving it. And that also includes the automation part because it's a part of the process, right? And but you don't need to heavily rely on automators with this type of technology. You need to have just an architectural role, kind of automation architect role that capable to review actually source code line by line in case if you really need it, but mostly to reassess all the architectural aspect of automation as it's been converted by AI agents into the automation from natural language. But again, we as a toolers working on the optimizing the process. Optimizing the process means that eventually it's going to be more and more autonomous from the beginning to the end. Makes sense? And we probably all have a sense of it. If you can generate the large artifact with the chat GPT just based on your comments on narration, the same thing what we're trying to implement in the automation process. This way or another.
Thank you. Let's take the next question. Okay, let's take an easy one. Can we use this tool inside Visual Studio Code Editor?
Well, this tool is used as a standalone, but you can test against any application. The beauty of the computer vision object recognition, that's we intentionally build it as I like to compare it to Spider-Man, right? Instead of walking the stairs, you have someone that flies around across the buildings. And for computer vision object recognition, it's we treat it the same way no matter what UI or what the technology we automating at the given time. So anything that you develop with the Visual Studio, any other tool can be automated with ZapTest. And more than that, again, I'm emphasizing this concept that you as a testers can be evangelist of the concept of overall software automation with tool like ZapTest. We're giving you great technology at hand that allows you with the skills that you sell to continue to do what you used to do more than you used to do. And not just in the testing, but reposition yourself as a global organization within your organization, within your company to deliver cross-discipline automation for testing and most importantly, business operation. Those are the guys that need your help. But answer your question, yes, you can automate anything that develop in Visual Studio. Automate.
All right. What are current limitations of the tool?
And in which terms? It does not cook. I don't know what limitation you imply.
And Kate, do you want to clarify your question?
You know, Joy and I, we have a game. We didn't play it actually this time. Tatiana did a good job with when we played this game. Stop Alex Zap. So we asked guests to set up any environment kind of mentally and present the case that Zap test will be automating, right? So you can describe any environment, any situation, and I'll be able to explain you what we can do there.
But I mean, to answer that shortly, I think Alex, you are focusing on the kind of web-based applications and some of the API services as well,
Anything.
right?
As a matter of fact, we work with a lot of legacy applications and all the custom X control, ActiveX control, sorry, right? Something that the traditional DOM object recognition cannot handle, due either for being the technology old or being technology very exclusive. We started all the Zap test as a software because we used to be advanced services team once upon a time. And what happened is when we transitioned into the HP from Mercury, Zap was the only team that didn't have a sales quota. We didn't know how to sell. We were technologists purely, right? And in order for me to sell, I had to give something that the market didn't have. And I designed this add-in that was based on the computer vision technology that was allowing Quick Test Pro to automate non-DOM based solution. Back then it was Adobe Flex and Flash, if you remember those days, right? And they didn't release any APIs to anyone, so neither vendor could create add-on based on the DOM object properties, right? So this is how we came up with this. So today we can automate anything. This is why we're giving you 6 months proof of concept. I'm so bold about it. I'm saying if you can drive it manually, I can automate it behind that. You don't need to pay me for 6 months until you make absolutely sure that Zap test works for your organization.
Yeah, so that answers one of the last questions, which is about how can we use this tool and is this a free or license? So yeah, Alex just said like for 6 months you can do a free POC basically, and then it's a contract, it's a license that you have to pay for, right?
Well, yes. Thank you, Tatiana. It's kind of hybrid model. Anything about Zap test, we're hybrid. We're not orthodox intentionally. So when we came up to the market with Zap test, I had to compete with web drivers, with open source technologies, Seleniums of the world, right? And despite the fact that technology is very advanced, much more advanced than what WebDriver can deliver today, we had to be economically feasible, right, for corporation. So we create an unlimited licensing model. It's a subscription-based. Once at least one team in the company onboards us, everybody in the company have rights, all groups, all departments, despite who you are, everybody have right to use Zaptest day one. So once it's been onboarded inside the corporation, it feels like open source because neither manager need to have a budget to use Zaptest. We often offer by default complementary expert, someone that becomes your resident consultant, if you will, within your company. We don't charge for that. It comes with the package. And our expert, jack of all trades. It's an automator alongside with you, specifically when we roll over right now, one-click process. Sometimes teams don't have automation specialists on stuff. And our expert automator, that guy that's going to train them how to execute the process from beginning to the end, review the code, do all the kind of maintenance that needed, and also act as a first-tier support engineer. So because it's a resident consultant, he or she knows all the ins and outs of the company, specifics of the technology and what's not, and be able to answer your question much better and faster, right? But yeah, so if you already onboarded us, it's free inside the company.
So yeah, so there was another question about the pricing after 6 months. Are you allowed to share that, or is that during the demo?
I wouldn't share it here for a public review, but I encourage you to book a demo with us. We'll show you everything under the hood, and we even we do live proof of concepts. What that means, our evaluation process slightly different than the majority of the market. Again, we're unorthodox in many ways. So what it means, after the demo, we're gonna do live proof of concept. We're gonna let you install Zaptest on your machine. We're gonna ask you for remote control and anything without any preparation. Anything that you can show us live in front of us, manual process, we're gonna automate it right after you. So any troublesome processes on any troublesome technology that you have that other tools couldn't do, we've taken the chance to show it to you right away that we can automate. And then we're going to engage in the 6 months POC on the longer term.
Awesome. There's a few more questions. So we only have a few minutes left. So let's try to cover these 2 questions and then we'll wrap it up. So Mohammed, for the knowledge base, I think just reach out to Zaptest and maybe schedule a demo with
For the knowledge base, guys, what you see on the screen right now, it's my digital avatar. It's the best pre-sales engineer. You can talk to it 24/7. It's smarter than me because we train ASA on all the knowledge that we collectively had over 25 years. And it can answer you all the strategic and tactical questions, show you the videos and the demos and the promos, right? But on the side, you see you can book a meeting with us live, so we can show you even more.
I love that. Okay, one more. Do we need to write manual test cases first for this tool to automate?
No, you can record it. If you don't have it already documented, don't bother. This is why we're giving you a recorder that can fulfill missing documentation, right? And gonna create a test documentation for you afterwards.
All right. Last question I'm gonna take. Does it organize code at the framework level? How easy to update the scripts if we want it?
Very easy. All we focus on the framework. This the majority of the spiel that I was giving you about architecture. The most important thing right now in the one-click process is the architectural outline, right? We need your knowledge to record missing the processes that documentation doesn't cover. But we most importantly need your knowledge to assess how well AI converted documentation that you had in the various sources into the automation-friendly framework, which has different modules, reusable, procedural, all the data, input and output data, and yada, yada. Once you need to update the script, once the requirements updated, you resynchronize it with your ALM or record manually additional miss in the processes. Reanalyze it. It's a one-click process. Reanalyze with the AI agent and regenerate the script on the automation level that needs to be updated. We have a smart object healing kind of what it's called object reassessment. So as you're going to update the script, if the object change, it's a simple click in the one script studio that's going to reposition all the objects as it's going to recognize it based on the computer vision technology. We're looking for the opportunity to show you all that. It sounds like good to be true, but it is true. We're putting our time behind that. We're willing to wait with you for 6 months to get paid and taking the risk not to get paid if you're not satisfied with what you see.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, that was all for us, folks. Please reach out to Alex. Please book a demo, scan the barcode to learn more, and talk to Alex's avatar. That's a replacement for this representation. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, Alex, for sharing with us all the cool stuff that you're working on. I believe this is the future of test automation. And thanks for working on such a cool stuff as well. So folks, I hope to see you in our next events. Our job search. I'm gonna put the link to our WhatsApp group for the job search support, and then the event link for the job search support group on Thursday if you want to join us. And also remember about the in-person walkathon that I talked about earlier. It's all on our Meetup page. So please join us for our next event. Join our WhatsApp group. I hope to see you soon. Thank you, Alex, and thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, guys. Be happy and let's
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.